For member statements today, we have for the Honourable Districts of Cape St. Francis, Humber-Bay of Islands, Bonavista, and Mount Pearl-Southlands. The Honourable, the member for Cape St. Francis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to recognise Miss Mary Fleming of Torbay, who will be celebrating her 100th birthday on November 16th. This milestone that few of us get to see. Mary has lived every year of her 100 years to the fullest. Mary was one of 13 children born of John and Annie Mann. And like many in her day, Mary was taken out of school at an early age to help at home. Mary later married Edward Fleming and had children of her own. In the early days, she helped her husband run a convenience store and a barber shop in Torbay. Mary was widowed when she was just 40 years old. Following her husband's death, she closed the store and went to work in retail and the food industry while raising her children. For a brief period, Mary also went to Churchill Falls and was among the first group of women to go there. Mary has been blessed with good health and is an active member of her community. She enjoyed her independence and drove till she was 89 and remained in her own home until she was 98. I believe she's the oldest person in Torbay. Mr. Speaker, Miss Mary Fleming is a remarkable woman, and I ask all honourable members to join with me in wishing her continued good health, much happiness as she celebrates this incredible milestone, her 100th birthday. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for the District of Humber-Bay of Islands.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in this Honourable House today to recognise Jamie Brake of Meadows. Earlier this year, Jamie was awarded Recreation Newfoundland and Labrador's Volunteer of the Year Award. This award recognized a volunteer for outstanding efforts and invaluable contributions to the development of recreation. Jamie, who is also the Mayor of Meadows, has been involved with sports for many years, both as a player and a coach. He avails of every opportunity to complete training programs and is always eager to share his knowledge and skills with others. Because of his vision to offer recreational opportunities in the town, programs like Learn to Skate, ball hockey, pond hockey tournaments, many other activities have been major successes under his leadership. It's not uncommon in the winter to find Jamie in the early hours of the morning flooding the rink, or in the summertime ensuring everybody's ready when children arrive for the day. Jamie also received NAPE's Community Volunteer Step Up Award this year, and in 2019 he will be one of the hockey coaches for Team Newfoundland and Labrador at the Canada Winter Games being held in Red Deer, Alberta. I ask all members to join me in congratulating Jamie on this recognition and for his continued contribution to the community and the province. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The Honourable Member for the District of Bonavista.
Mr. Speaker, imagine making it to 80 years of age. Now imagine being committed to an organization for 80 years. That is the case for Frances Sweetland of Bonavista, who has been committed to the guiding movement for 80 years. Under the guise of a cakewalk, Ms. Sweetland was recently surprised by well over 100 Sparks, Brownies, Guides, Pathfinders, and Rangers, past and present, to whom she is known as Brown Owl. Mrs. Sweetland began her lifetime commitment to guiding in 1938 at age 8 as a Brownie. She would later become a guide and pathfinder and serve as a leader, commissioner, and even a cookie conveyor for our area, amongst other roles. After the initial shock wore off, Brown Owl was presented with a number of gifts and well wishes from those who couldn't attend. The highlight of the evening was when 80 women each took a flower and formed a circle around a campfire and toadstool. Each dropped their flower in the basket, offering congratulations or a story as to what Brown Owl means to them. For empowering women for generations, fellow leader Leanne Ryder said it best, Brown Owl was girl power before girl power was cool. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honourable Member for the District of Mount Pearl-Southlands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This coming Saturday, over 400 players and coaches from the Mount Pearl Minor Hockey Association will be hitting the doorsteps throughout the city of Mount Pearl, as well as the Southlands and Southbrook areas, as part of their 7th annual Big Give food drive. This year, they will be joined by a number of other sports groups and community organizations, including Scouts, Cadets, Lions, Kinsmen, and many individual volunteers. In addition to door-to-door collection, there will be food bins set up at Mount Pearl's 4 grocery stores throughout the day. All food and monetary donations will be in support of our 2 primary food banks located at St. Peter's Parish and Mary Queen of the World. This is a tremendous initiative which not only fills a real need in our community, but also teaches these young players the importance of sharing with others and in giving back to their community. I certainly encourage all citizens to please give generously to this worthwhile initiative. For residents who may not be home on Saturday morning, I encourage you to place your non-perishable items in a plastic bag and hang it off your doorknob or lay it on your front step, and a volunteer will pick it up when they canvass your neighbourhood. An initiative such as this would not be possible without the hard work and dedication of many volunteers. I therefore ask all members of this Honourable House to join me in commending the Mount Pearl Minor Hockey Association and all of the other aforementioned community groups, sporting organisations and volunteers for taking up the challenge to ensure that nobody goes hungry in our community. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.